What's up guys, the last miner here, and for this video I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to fix CPU overload in Vegas because when I was making my 45-second video it took me over 2 hours to make, and majority of that time was spent trying to limit my CPU so that way it wouldn't overheat as it was rendering. So as you can see I have 4 cores, 4 threads, and they're using about 30% at the moment for the video I'm currently making. They're at a decent temperature. And when we go over to render, we can see that I want to make it into 60 FPS, 1080p, it's going to be a MP4 format, and we can click render. Now, as you can see, this is starting to take a heavy load, and it's starting to rise very high on my temperatures, and this will bring it to critical, and this can potentially damage your CPU. There are one of two ways of fixing this, one of them being to limit how many cores it does use, but I don't recommend that because you'd still have one or two still overloading. And then my whole idea was to find software that would be able to limit the CPU usage from, like, instead of just using one or two cores, to limit all of them to like 50% on Vegas or something. So I looked around and I found this software known as BESS. It's a battle encoder, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that. So you launch it, you click on target, you can go all the way down to Vegas. It's usually Vegas and then whatever version it is, like I have 16.0, so it's going to be 16.16.0. You're going to click limit this, you're going to say yes, and then you can see right here that you have a little slider, and this can limit how much you want to use. So you can use only, this will use 99%, or if you want to use only half of it, or if you want to have it only use 25% of the CPU. So I'm going to set it to 25% because then Vegas will only use 75% of it. Or what I highly recommend is 50% because I like to browse on the internet while I'm waiting for it to render because it can take quite a while. So we can close that out, and as you can see it's limiting Vegas by 50%. And then we can close that out, we can go back to render. And as you can see now my CPU isn't taking a heavy load. It's still like 80 or 90%, but that's because I'm of course filming a video and that can take a bit of CPU. But now I can actually do it without it, overloading and then risking any damage to my computer. So you may be wondering, where can you find this software? Well, you can find it on the website right here, which I'll leave a link in the description to. You can click download right here on the latest version, which is back in 2017, which is still up and strong. The website itself doesn't have any issues as it's HTTP. Obviously that doesn't mean it's secure, but there's nothing wrong with the website itself. The program itself has one issue with Panda, but I don't really know much about Panda and it doesn't seem to be very well heard of. But stuff like Avast, AVG, Malwarebytes, and Microsoft, they're all showing clear on it, so that means that it's mostly safe. Not saying that there's anything wrong with it, besides just limiting your CPU. I think that might be the reason why Panda is having such a big issue with it. But yeah, that about sums it up. Like I said, link in the description for the website, and hopefully this fixes your CPU issues if you're using any version of Vegas. And yeah, peace. Hey guys, a few notes about the video. One of the things I didn't think about is that you could use this on any program that might be using CPU, like if you have Google Chrome or if you're using some other video editor that might be eating up all your CPU as you're rendering a video. Another thing is you would have to relaunch the program anytime you restart your computer or close out the program. Limiting the CPU does not stay permanently. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day, stay safe, and yeah, see ya.